Hi everybody, my name is Dr. Melissa Esquera. I'm a Blue Diamond Wellness Advocate with doTERRA now, and what a lot of people don't know about me is I was introduced to doTERRA essential oils by somebody that came around and introduced the oils to our clinic via a cold call. So this video today is just a couple of tips that I have to share with you around how to get oils into businesses. A lot of people shy away from cold calling because they don't really feel like they have the confidence to go in and talk to a practitioner or any other type of retail establishment. So I want to unwrap that a little bit and pack it for you so that it can feel more doable. My first tip is for you to think of yourself like a rep. I promise you, these retail establishments, these chiropractic offices, naturopathic practices, acupuncturists, they have reps calling their office on a weekly basis. You are not going to blow their minds or irritate them by reaching out and introducing yourself and offering your services to them. So think of yourself as a rep. What you want to do is pick up the phone and give them a call. Introduce yourself and let them know that you're going to be in the area. So an example of this would be, hi, I'm Melissa. My name is Melissa Esquera. I'm with an essential oil company called doTERRA. I'm a local rep. I'm going to be in your neighborhood tomorrow. And I was hoping I could pop in and introduce myself, or even better yet, book an appointment with your practitioner. My part will take about 15 minutes. I'll bring some samples. Is that possible at all? I'm sure you guys are really busy. And if not tomorrow, does any other day next week work for you? Okay, so the point of that, and trust me, I know that this type of dialogue works because this is how reps used to get appointments with me in my functional medicine practice. Okay, so now what's really likely is that they're going to say no. I know that I had my front desk guard my schedule like a hawk. I never let her, so just be ready for this, I never let her book lunchtime appointments with me because when I would go in, I'd be back to back until lunch, and I wanted out of the office at lunch. So what would often happen is these reps would come into my office, drop off samples, hang out and chit chat with the front desk a little bit. And then anytime I would come out of the room, I noticed that they would hang out and kind of wait for me to come out just so they could professionally introduce themselves to me. And over time, I would see them. They'd come back a few weeks later, and eventually I would book appointments with them. But the key is to try to get the appointment to happen as quickly as possible. So try to get the appointment on that initial phone call. If that doesn't happen, they won't give you an appointment, then what you can say instead is, okay, well, would it be okay if instead I dropped by, I came by, introduced myself, and left you with a couple of samples for you and the practitioner to be able to experience at your leisure? People love that. They're not going to say no to that. These are professional settings. They like to network. You're a professional in the area. They're more likely to say yes to that. So then when you walk into that clinic, you want to be prepared. So my tips for what you want to bring on site when you walk in, so either you have the appointment with them, which we'll talk about in a second, or you're going to sample them, okay? So if you have the appointment with them, or whether you're going to just sample them and introduce yourself, do your homework on the business. I would not walk into a retail space that, specializes in like women's boutique offerings and then walk into a chiropractic office with the same samples. You want to tailor your samples and your pitch to the business itself. So, for example, if you're going into a chiropractic office, I would actually get on their website and find out what does this doctor specialize in. So a lot of chiropractors will tailor their practice to athletes or to women or to children and decide on, I would pick probably 5 to 6 samples that I was going to bring to that office, and then pick a piece of literature that was going to be appropriate for that clinic. So if I was unable to book an appointment with them and it was a pediatric chiropractic office, I would bring one of the one-sheet TerraPads from a company like Share Oils. They have a beautiful one for kids. And then I would have 5 or 6 samples on hand so that the practitioner and the front desk could experience it. So I'd take 6 that would be relevant to that particular, of course the 6 would need to be on the TerraPad, and you need it to be specific to the business that you're walking into. Now, if you when you walk in, you give the sample, you want to introduce yourself, be friendly, have a casual conversation. I was looking on your website, be genuinely interested in the business, have questions ready to go. I'd have 3 or 4 questions ready to go to engage conversation with them, find out more about them. People love to talk about themselves. And a hot tip is to make friends with the receptionist. Okay, the receptionist is who got doTERRA into our office and got doTERRA in front of myself and the practitioner that I was working with at the time. And by the way, that receptionist is now a blue diamond in doTERRA. And I'm a blue diamond in doTERRA and didn't work out with the other practitioner. And the woman who came in with a cold call, she's presidential diamond in doTERRA. Okay, so cold calling is something that you shouldn't be afraid of. Now, if you have an appointment, get your class down to 15 or 20 minutes. I know that's going to sound absolutely crazy to you, but you guys, if you break down the anatomy of a class, it's so basic. Number one, make sure that you know the oils you're going to talk about, and you're going to introduce oils at every topic of the class. So number one is, what are essential oils? Like, drill that down so that it's relevant to that particular person and the company and the business that you're walking into, and then hand them, I would say start with a wild orange, because that'll wake them up. Most practitioners, by the time they sit and talk to you, or even retail owners, they're overwhelmed and they're busy. So give them something that's going to wake them up right off the bat. What are essential oils? Hand them a wild orange when you're talking about that. Show them how to use it. When you're talking about doTERRA quality, take out peppermint essential oil. That's going to, boom, wake them up even more. That's a big aha oil for people. Then your next point is going to be to talk about aromatic, topical, and internally. But as you're talking about aromatic, you're going to make sure that you reference the aromatic uses for things that that particular business is going to specialize in. So, for example, chiropractic. You can offer essential oils. You could diffuse essential oils aromatically in your office to promote, to clean out energy. Frankincense is a great oil for that. And then you could do a little bit of peppermint so that there could be like a refreshing and a calm energy to your waiting room. In your treatment room, maybe you want to diffuse balance. I know some practitioners that put balance on the bottoms of every patient when they walk into the treatment room and lay down to get treatment, because balance helps to ground and helps to relax the body so they can receive their treatment with greater ease. So topical, and then you would have an oil or two for topical application that's specific, that's going to be relevant to that particular business. Same thing with internal, okay? And then during your close, you're actually pitching two things to businesses. Number one, you're pitching the kit. You don't necessarily need to get into this whole thing of how can they make a business with network marketing. I recommend with cold calling businesses, you start by talking about how they can sell this retail. doTERRA has become the largest essential oil company in the entire world. People are looking for this online. I know that I myself sometimes, even though I order and have it sent to me, I'm looking for businesses that I can walk in and buy from sometimes, because I run out before my order gets in and it's an emergency. So it's a great product to have on hand. It's a modality that you can offer your patients so that they can take this home and start to implement it into their day-to-day to help improve their wellness if it's a clinic of some kind. And for a retail space, they're going to get the need for the desire for the customer to want to come back. And so what you're selling is not only the kit, but you're also selling your continued support to them. So what I like to say for businesses that are my clients, that are my customers, I say, when you sign up with an account, not only do you get to order the products wholesale so you can turn around and sell them retail, but you also get me. And so one thing that I can't stand is when businesses get the product and it just sits and collects dust on the shelf. That gives me like physical pain. And so what I want to do for you is I want to offer you continued support going forward as well. I can come in and do lunch and learns for you and your staff so that you guys know how to sell the stuff that you've bought. And I would love to be able to come in and educate your client base on how they can use essential oils. And what's so great about that is that's going to help keep the product moving off of your shelves. And if people want to get their own wholesale account, I can actually go ahead and enroll them so that they're under you and you continue to receive ongoing commissions from all of their orders that happen in the future. I sure do hope that this video gave you a little bit of inspiration and confidence that you can go ahead and do cold calling. It does work, and it's a numbers game, just like any other element of prospecting. If this video serves you, feel free to share it with your team. If you have any questions, feel free to post it in the comment section.